One of the most common questions that we get asked by students is, should I pick up CFA or ACCA? So if any of you guys are still confused between these two qualifications, hopefully by the end of this video, not only will you have complete information, but you will have clarity on whether this is the right course for you. So if this is the first time you're visiting the channel, then please do click subscribe. And if you find any value in this video, give us a like. And wait till the end, because that's when we'll actually hopefully give you clarity on your personal roadmap. So let's get started. First of all, what is ACCA and what is CFA? ACCA is global CA, so it covers everything that a chartered accountant would know, which includes everything in finance and everything in accounts. It covers topics like financial management, costing, accounts, audit, tax, business. CFA, on the other hand, is the #1 course in the field of finance. So if you want to become a specialist in the field of finance, finance will mean equity, portfolio management, derivatives. You want to get into that whole private wealth, private markets kind of everything to do with maybe the stock markets, debt markets, all of that, right? Everything to do with finance, corporate finance, all this gets covered in CFA and you become a specialist in the field of finance. Now, when it comes to the eligibility, so ACCA you can start anytime after 10th, simple and flat. CFA you can start in your second last year of college, of graduation. So in India, if you're doing a 3-year BCom, you get to start studying in your second year, or rather you give your exam in the second year. You can start studying in the first year. Next is what the academic structure is. So as everyone, well, most of us know it now, but ACCA has 3 levels, the knowledge, the skill and the professional level. That's a total of 13 exams. And whereas CFA has 3 levels, level 1, level 2, level 3, all the 3 levels have the same 10 subjects. When it comes to the duration for both the programs, ACCA you can complete within 2 to 3 years, and CFA as well, an average can take 2 to 3 years. So the time to complete can be relatively the same. Students are generally asking about other aspects. For example, how frequently can I give ACCA and CFA? So ACCA on an average is every quarter, every March, June, September and December. And CFA is the level 1 is held every quarter, and level 2 and level 3 are held thrice a year and twice a year. And finally, when it comes to the paper pattern and the passing mark, passing rate, etc. So ACCA and CFA both are completely computer-based exams. Both of them have the initial levels in multiple choice, and then as you keep clearing, the papers become more and more subjective. Both of them have an approximate passing rate of between 40 to 50% across the world over the last 10 years. And when it comes to difficulty, I would say that both of them require immense amount of focus, effort, and you'll have to really study. But when you compare it to a really difficult exam like maybe a CA, because CA is a group exam and you have to pass everything together, because the flexibility that these qualifications offer, I would say these qualifications are slightly easier than CA. Next, when it comes to the opportunities for building a career. So ACCA, when I talk about in India, all these big companies, and now we work with these big companies extensively. So you take the big 4, the KPMG, Deloitte, PwC, EY, Grant Thornton, BDO, right? I've named these companies a million times over the last couple of years, and they still hire ACCAs happily across various profiles, from internal audit, statutory audit, forensic audit, transfer pricing, international taxation, under the advisory arm, risk advisory, risk management, valuations, mergers and acquisitions, accounting advisory. I can go on and on this side. And all of them are willing to pay packages that are equivalent to that of an Indian CA. So it ranges anywhere from 6 lakh all the way to 10-12 lakh depending on where you are in your career. For CFA, I would say it's similar, right? You look at the big 4 and the big 6 they hire, but CFA also has the benefit of companies like JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, Bank of America, all these Indian and international banks as well that specialize in the field of finance. CFA also gives you a similar package as that of an ACCA or a CA, but once again, it depends on where you are in your overall career. Lastly, when it comes to the fee structure, so ACCA and CFA both, I would say, are ranging anywhere between 3 to 4.5 lakhs approximately for both the exams, and this covers everything: the training for all the 3 levels, the body fees, which includes registration, exam fees, and study material, anything miscellaneous. I would say you guys have a thought of around between, like I said, 3 to 4.5 lakhs spread over the 2 to 3 years that you're going to be studying. And all of this is not to be given at once. You pay as you go, and both these qualifications you can actually start working most likely at the second level is what we at Zell recommend. So you start working and you ensure that you're also earning that back. And by the time you actually reach, qualification, like you're done with the qualification and you get that first big CA equivalent job, you will recover your entire investment in the first couple of months itself. So I hope that first of all gives us some clarity on what these courses are about. Now, for the most important thing about you, which course should you pick? So let me just give you a couple of ideas, right? Let me just draw a couple of roadmaps for you all. First of all, no matter where you are in your life, if you're making a choice between the two, the ideal way to decide is to understand what these courses have. So like I said, ACCA is CA, CFA is about finance. If you know about these two topics, I would say this should be the main crux of you making the decision. Let's say that you made the decision, then you can end the video here. However, if this is not enough for you, most students at this age are looking for the course which is either the easiest, fastest, or gives them the highest payback when it comes to their initial salary. It's not a bad way to go, it just feels it's a little incomplete, but I'll still give you all a lot of clarity, right? So first things first, it will be a lot on your eligibility. Basically, if you've not given grade 12 and you want to start, ACCA is your only option. If you've given grade 12, then my suggestion is that you first go with ACCA because you can complete it along with your graduation, and then do CFA once your career is on its way. So that way you become a chartered accountant and then you specialize in the field of finance. You can do CFA first. It's just that if you do CFA first, you're not going to be able to complete all the 3 levels in your college. You can only give level 1 in college, and level 2 should be after graduation. Again, not a bad problem, but if you're going down the route that you want to get into MBA eventually, then doing CFA level 1 in college and then MBA along with level 2 is the route most people have chosen. But between ACCA and CFA, if you're in college, I would say first do ACCA, then CFA. Next, when people want to complete qualifications which are either quick to finish or are relatively easy, and I understand the convenience factor in that. ACCA and CFA both, like I said, take 2 to 3 years. But if you're early on in life, then you can complete ACCA in your college. It is highly flexible. So genuinely, we've seen people, including myself, we've had no problem giving the exams by taking 1 week off before the exam, and the rest of the time you attend college or you continue working. As the exams come close, you take your break, you study, and because you know when your BCom exams are or when your work pressure is going to be high, at that phase, if you have an ACCA exam, you, for example, go with 1 paper per quarter, and when you have more free time, you increase the effort and you give 2 papers at a time. As long as you balance this out, in 1 year, you can give 6 papers in ACCA without having too much of a problem, which means in 2.5 years, you are done with ACCA. If you talk about CFA, you'll be only, like I said, you'll be completing level 1 in college. But if you're a graduate already and you're choosing between the two, then CFA you can give level 1, level 2 and level 3 in a span of 6 months and complete the entire qualification in 1.5 years. Lastly, when it comes to the payback, right? So, you talk about the return on investment, the fees you pay, which is between, I'm just going to take an average of 4.5 lakhs for now, or 5 lakhs. I'll just make it a round number, higher number. So all of us who are making the decision don't need to really bother about the budget. Just take a higher budget for now. Let's say it's 5 lakhs that you'll invest in the course. Both ACCA and CFA, based on completion of qualification, can offer you packages which are north of 8 lakhs minimum. Which means if you also have a couple of years of experience, it can be 10 lakhs. So your budget all in 1 year. So if you spend 5 lakhs over a period of 2-3 years, in less than the first year of your complete first opportunity, the first good job that you get, you'll be able to recover the entire investment made. So again, if you're talking about in terms of time or investment or return, I would say that the best way is, if you have enough time, like you're in college, ACCA first, then CFA. If you're a graduate and you are already working, then whatever your past history is, right? If it's leaning towards finance, do CFA. If it's leaning towards accounts, do ACCA. And if you have some other reason that you want to make a decision, then of course, it's to each his own, right? And at the end, the core is that, guys, your career has to be where you either enjoy the CA work or the finance work. Both have a lot of overlap, but both have their own differences, both have their own different career trajectories. So if this is enough for you guys, great. We made detailed videos on ACCA and CFA. You can have a look at those as well to give you even more insights. And finally, we are all available. Give us a call anytime. Ask us all your specific doubts, and if required, we'll even make a video on that. Thank you.